All right, so I'm going to be taking you guys into the chat on BTCUSD, and I'm going to be breaking down a trade idea that I took this week. It was a bearish trade. It was on Thursday and Friday, and it was beautiful, right? It was a very clean trade, very nice. Two entries in 2 days, and both hit take profit, and very beautiful. So on the daily chart, you can see that price rallied to this region, consolidated, broke structure to the downside, tapped into this level, and then we have been bearish all this while, right? So most people will expect that this level we hold. Yes, I was one of those expecting it, but then I saw that we had a bit of clean price action here, very sexy price action that can get run. So I was still expecting the price to get to this level, maybe before continue going higher. But coming to this week, this is Monday's price action. Monday dipped below, rejected off this region. Tuesday failed to close below Monday's high. Wednesday was a bullish engulfing candle, but then Thursday tapped into a level on the higher time frame that's on the lower time frame that was key to me, right? After this doji, this indecision candle, I expected this to form, and then let's just go to the 1 hour time frame and let's talk about what we saw. Okay, so coming into the 1 hour time frame, bit of network issues anyways. So let's mark out our daily range. So this is Monday's trading. That's Tuesday. Wednesday. That was Thursday. And then Friday. Okay. So now looking at the price action prior to this week, you can see that we have been bearish, right? Price made theory drive higher, took out this liquidity, but then we still broke lower. We broke lower here. We just kept on, we are just trending bearish. It's clear, right? It's very clear that we are bearish. And Monday this week looked like it was stalling, right? From the consolidation, because the price is consolidating around this region, but then we trickled our way back up. So most people will be looking to be the first to buy, right? To predict or to catch the reversal. And the experience has taught me that catching the bottom or going against the overall trend is a terrible decision. Even if you have a point of interest, going against the trend without proper change in the state of delivery or change in character, it's something that you're inviting failure, right? You're just asking for failure. However, let's look at what we have here. So you can see that price reacted off this fair value gap right here. There's a fair value gap right here, and we broke structure to the downside. Price was bullish. Let's use our trend lines, right? So for the trend line traders, you can see that we are bullish. Price is respecting tap, second tap, third tap, maybe fourth tap, and then we have a break. So this is the one time or the few times when using trend lines is actually very profitable. And then sometimes I use trend lines to catch this kind of moves, right? So after we broke structure to the downside, we can then mark this out as a break of structure, right? So we broke structure down here, MSS. We also broke structure down here, even though it's not with the body, it's with wicks, but something changed. That's what matters. Anyways, so this is what I saw, and then I placed my entry around this region. This is a fair value gap right here. Price tapped into the fair value gap over here on the 1 hour time frame, and I sold around this region. Stop loss above this high right here. All right, so this was my first entry. My target was still arrow. No, I targeted the overall low of the move. Okay, so this was the low of the move. This was my target, TRR right here, and I waited for price to get to that level. So you can see that price stalled around here for a very long time. And this is each of these candles are 1 hour. It's very painful. The waiting part is very tiring, but as traders, we have to deal with that. So coming into Friday, the next day, I was still bearish. But then I saw on the it wasn't on the lower time frame. I think it was still on the 1 hour time frame. It was still on the 1 hour time frame. So sorry, I'm a bit not composed. All right. So coming into this day, I saw that price from three candles going higher. When these candles were forming, I thought that price had reversed on me. Price sweep at this low, broke structure, reacting from this fair value gap, and then we are breaking highs. But then that didn't happen. No highs were broken. Instead, we have a sweep of this liquidity resting above here, and then price broke structure to the downside once again on these candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Upon this break of structure, I marked here out as an order block, and then I placed a second entry on this order block. So you can see that price came, tapped this order block. My stop loss was above this high, and my target was basically the same. So this was the trade on Friday, and you can see it was beautiful, right? If we clean out these charts now from all this lipstick, take out all these daily open, this it was a very pretty trade, very very pretty trade, right? These are equal lows, and that was why this was my target. You can see as equal lows on the charts, and I like targeting equal lows, right? What you with the traders call double bottoms. Anyways, you can see what we have right here. So this first trade was a 3-hour trade. The second trade was a 2.38-hour trade, and it was really really beautiful. Okay, so initially the entry would have been here if one was to take the trade. Perhaps just place an entry around here and go relax. But then if you miss your entry, that is above this fair value gap right here, let's assume you want to catch the extreme of the move. You use this candle. I'm saying this because I know some traders who trade like this. Okay, so you use that candle and you want to catch this extreme right here. You can see that price fails to get there. So you target these lows. There have been an 8-hour trade, yes, cool, but price didn't get there. Price instead broke lower. So immediately price started breaking structure to the downside. You start looking for a re-entry, and that was what we caught, right? It's better to catch the re-entry because sometimes price can just break through, but not in this case. So you break below, return back, entry, once again, a minor break here, entry, and then take profit in a matter of hours. So now that's it for BTCUSD. A very beautiful, nice trade breakdown. Please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.